Good afternoon, Mid-Michigan. I'm First Alert meteorologist Diane Phillips coming to you from our First Alert desk. We are going to be giving you another weather update, but also we are going to continue to keep an eye on some national weather as well. I have some really cool video that I want to share with you today. And also we have an update on the tropics because starting on Sunday is going to be the beginning of hurricane season. So we are going to be talking about a lot of happenings, not just locally, but maybe some other weather things that might be piquing your interest just like they are for us. But let's start out with our forecast because we do already have some cloud cover. Here's a live look in downtown Flint where we have the cloudy skies. It's still dry here. A lot of folks have actually been walking here through the downtown. You can see a couple of them waiting to safely cross at the crosswalk, but they don't have their umbrellas, they don't have their rain jackets, but we will be needing them here later today because you will find our rain chances are going to start to pick up. But a lot of us should probably be home for the night because we'll be seeing them closer to the evening. But if you do have potentially sports games that are going to be going on, you will find that you still are going to want to have your First Alert weather app. We'll have that QR code like we usually do here shortly. But as we still have a couple of folks that are joining in, I do want to stress that the rainfall is going to be a little bit later. We are kind of waiting for some of that moisture to finally funnel in, and we will actually see that a lot of our rainfall is located here towards our west. So we have a pretty good line that is coming across Lake Michigan. This has just kind of been slowly sitting here, but we are going to continue to see a little bit of rain further south as well. Let me zoom out here. So this is just kind of the big picture. So some of that rain is off towards our east even. So we are going to be waiting for this to be pivoting back in our direction, but you will also notice that our cloud cover continues to go northward. And so this rain is also going to kind of come and swing in. As this line finally pivots through, that's when we are going to see that it's a little bit broken. So it's a little more put together right now, but in the next couple of hours, we are going to see it weaken a little bit. So though we do have some colorful colors here coming over the lake, severe weather is not expected, even with it being cooler today. Probably not even going to be seeing a lot of thunderstorms. Let's take a quick check of our current temperatures here in the 2 o'clock hour. We're currently at 66 in Saginaw, 62 in Flint, 68 in Mount Pleasant and Gladwin, 71. Check that out in Houghton Lake and in West Branch. So we did make some 70s for a few of us. We've also had a little more sunshine there. So we are seeing some more sunnier conditions further north, but we're not seeing them into the Great Lakes Bay region or even into the Vehicle City. So those clouds, though, are going to continue to push north, but that sunshine, it really does the trick at this point in the season. So if you are still out and about this afternoon, it's nice, but if you do have some plans later on, you'll want to be keeping an eye to radar. As we take a look at the hour by hour, you'll see that we do have some broken clouds in our northern counties, but we will have that rainfall coming in around 4 or 5 o'clock. So I have the clock here at 6. I'm going to bump it back just to show you for the evening commute. If you're going to be driving along I-69 or even commuting through Genesee County, you're going to start to run into just some of these spotty showers. I am also keeping in mind with the drier air that we have in place, you may find that still some of this initial rain actually evaporates before making it to your car windshield or even to the ground. So the rainfall is going to continue to push through as we go into the dinner time frame. The further north you are, the longer you have to wait for that rain to come in. So if you maybe have some plans in the Tri-Cities towards 5, 6 o'clock, this is when you want to open up that First Alert weather app, take a check, see where the rain is on radar. It does become a little bit heavier as we go in the evening. I'm actually going to back this up. Here we are at 9 o'clock. So this is that same line. We still have some of that yellow showing up, but that would just be some steady rainfall at this point. But even by 9 o'clock, a lot of local events are wrapped up. And also a lot of us are kind of in for the night, so we don't have a lot of things to tend to at that time frame. And so as we go through the evening and the storm kind of pushes itself out, we'll still just be seeing it broken in its coverage. So we'll have the scattered rain showers that come through. That's going to continue to push north here through the night. So once that kind of pivots across, you can see here at 3 a.m., we do still have a rain that's finally kind of making a little more of a statement across our northern counties north of US 10, but it even starts to break apart a little bit as we get towards your morning commute. So I am still going to be keeping some lingering showers in for Thursday morning. And even as we go through the day here, the cloud cover tries to hold on. I'm hoping to kind of break those clouds. You can see towards Grand Rapids, they see some sunshine. So I'm hoping that we can kind of continue to carry that trend eastward across the state. But still some lingering showers just kind of want to hang around for tomorrow. So keep in mind that we will find a little bit of that rain chance hovering. I want to keep a lot of us dry for Thursday, but it's still just going to kind of be a radar watching day. Shouldn't spoil it too much. As we go towards 5 o'clock, still that evening commute not going to be necessarily bad. It's just that we're watching out for some of those isolated showers. So that rain chance on Thursday is going to be on the lighter side compared to what we have for today, even because we have that more steady rainfall. As we go into Friday, that's when we are going to find that we do have another chance of some rain. We have a cold front that's going to be coming in. And so that's why, sadly, we can't keep it totally dry as we go into the weekend. I'll kind of jump ahead here into Friday. The morning's dry. We still have some lingering cloud cover, but as we go through the day, some sun comes through, and just like that, that outer bound kind of brings in that cold front. So we're expecting that as we go into the afternoon. And then by 5 o'clock, you can see it kind of coming through the Tri-Cities and towards 6 o'clock into Genesee County. Now, with the timing of this front, we still may need to make some updates, but right now we are looking towards the afternoon and evening for that Friday rain. So if you maybe want to do a bonfire, we're going to see how quickly that front can push through. But if you do want to have a bonfire, because I know it's that season, you're going to want to have that wood covered up, maybe put a tarp on it so it's nice and dry for when you want to get started. Just be mindful that we do still have burn bans in quite a few of our communities, so be checking in there. As far as kind of getting a little more rainfall to help with the burn bans, you'll see that we're not going to be picking up a lot of rain either Wednesday or going into Thursday, because we do have rain totals that are about 1/4 of an inch at best. You can see some of those spots coming here through the thumb in our northern counties, just depending on that pivot point, but a lot of us will see about 1/10 of an inch or less. So even a few of us might only dump out a couple hundredths in the rain gauge, so that's not going to be a lot of rain to catch us up after the dry conditions. Another reminder, tomorrow we do get our latest update on the drought monitor. So we'll be watching that. Of course, you can always get that drought monitor on your First Alert weather app that populates every Thursday there. So if you're keeping an eye, wanting to know if we have any improvements, make sure you have that app downloaded. Another thing that's kind of been on my radar is, when can we get a car wash with all this rain? So thankfully, Saturday and Sunday looking to be kind of the best days to do it. We will still have some windows to get the car washed on Wednesday, today, because right now it's nice and dry. But just know that we do still have some spotty rain chances Thursday, and then that cold front on Friday with some showers. So if you really want to kind of get bang for your buck, the weekend is a great time to get the car washed, because we have some nice weather even as we go into next week. Now, we do also have a cooler forecast for today. A lot of us are already just sitting at our highs, so that cloud cover is going to keep us a little bit cooler into the mid to upper 60s. So we are only going to be grabbing a degree or two for our temperatures. Another thing that we're also watching is our lows. We talked yesterday kind of how nurseries have had a little bit of a slower start because it's been a cooler spring, but you will find our low temperatures tonight are going to be a little more seasonal. We should be seeing those around 52, 53 degrees, and that's right where we're going to be. The cloud cover and the rainfall are just going to have us hovering into those lower 50s. Also tonight, we have the Loons there home. They're playing the Tin Caps. First pitch is going to be around 6:05. So we should be pretty good in Midland at 6 o'clock. But once we get into the 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock hours, this is when I'm going to be watching radar, because we will still have some of these showers. They'll be broken in coverage coming through, and hopefully it can be kind of that lighter rain so we can still keep the game going on. But I know for fans, we don't want to sit in the rain. We want to have some drier weather. So hopefully we can get this game in with the pitch clock. Of course, those games go a little bit faster nowadays than what they used to, but still we are going to be hoping that we can get the game in, or at least not have a lot of heavy rain. So if you are going to be going to Dow Diamond tonight, make sure you take your rain jackets. I'm not sure the policy on umbrellas, so poncho is going to be your best bet. Thankfully, the wind, though, is not going to be too terribly strong. We'll still be seeing that out of the northeast at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. In the next 7 days, we had been talking about kind of some car wash time frames and some nicer days ahead, but we still just have to get through some of the stormy weather here for the rest of this week. It's also still a little bit cooler today. Tomorrow we have 60s. We rebound on Friday. We have 74, but we do drop back to 66, because remember, the rain on Friday is associated with that cold front. So we will see that this front has a little more cooler air coming in for Saturday, and we'll also have some northerly winds by then. So we still have a lot of sunshine, even though we're going to be in the mid 60s. It's really not a bad weekend. If you want to go fishing, I would recommend it. It looks like a nice time to do that. Also, graduation parties are going on, so if you're attending those or hosting, You're going to find a really nice forecast for both Saturday and Sunday to attend those. Monday and Tuesday, though, we still have high pressure in place, so keep the sunglasses. I love seeing sunshine on a Monday. It just makes it a little bit easier as we get into the swing of things. But we also see some heat coming in. We're going to have temperatures that are going to be into the upper 70s, lower 80s, so that's going to kind of be a nice change of pace for us. So just know that it is finally going to start to feel a little bit closer to spring and starting to get a little more of those summer feelings. So that's going to be a little bit more comfortable for us. And we also are going to be talking about still some of the tropics, what's developing there as hurricane season is going to be getting underway. And as I mentioned, I still have some pretty cool weather video that you're not going to want to miss. So we're going to take a quick break, but make sure you still come right back. We're going to be talking still about some fun weather happenings. And welcome back, First Alert meteorologist Diane Phillips, after that quick break. So we talked about our First Alert forecast and what's locally happening, but also going on Sunday is June 1st. So that's going to be the beginning of hurricane season. And I'm going to share with you some of the data from the National Hurricane Center. And as we go throughout the season, a lot of us really focus our attention on the Atlantic season, which really isn't happening. There's not a lot going on right now. So it is, again, early in the season. We would hope that there's not a lot happening, actually, because that would kind of be out of the time frame that we typically expect these storms. But we are finding in the eastern Pacific that we do have a disturbance that's just on the western side of Mexico. So this disturbance, they are still watching the probability of its development. So again, it's not a tropical cyclone at this point. It's not even a tropical storm, depression. It's just a disturbance. We just have a cluster of some thunderstorms, and we're seeing if they can get organized, and then we'll be watching to see how far west that those will be traveling. So that's what we're going to be seeing here. Again, it's going to be off of the southern coast of Mexico. So we're mainly using satellites here, and we're going to be just watching for further development from this one. And of course, that's obviously going to be affecting a lot of the marine forecasts, but they do actually anticipate that some of the formation chances in the next 48 hours are very high. They're talking 100%, and even in the next 7 days. So there's high forecast confidence that that cluster of thunderstorms is going to get going. Now, we will continue to kind of track to see how well we anticipate the season to go. Of course, a lot of us, like I mentioned, we focus on the Atlantic, and hurricanes, we just don't have enough water here in the state of Michigan for us to be getting a hurricane to actually form off of the Great Lakes. But of course, sometimes we can get some remnants that are going to be coming in from some of those storms, and that, well, then brings us a lot of rainfall in here during the farming season. We may not want all that rain, at least in one swoop. So of course, we'll be watching as any of those storms develop, and if they're going to get caught up in the jet stream to where they then come towards our direction. Another video that I found quite interesting is this volcano video. So this is the Kilauea volcano. So this erupts quite frequently in Hawaii, and so it actually erupted again on Sunday, May 25th, so just this previous Sunday. And you can see it's just firing this lava fountain into the air, all the smoke that goes with it. This video, I think, is just amazing. So it's still, or it was in its eruptive phase. It did actually stop and kind of end on Sunday local time at about 10:25. So of course that would be on the Hawaii time frame. But this footage was live streamed by the United States Geological Survey, and definitely just an impressive look here. According to the USGS Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, the fountain of lava is from the north vent of the volcano, and it reached nearly 1,000 feet in height. Imagine 1,000 feet shooting lava into the air. This is just impressive video. You can even see some of that lava kind of flowing out away from it, but of course there's all the smoke that's associated with it. Thankfully this was not a large eruption, so we don't anticipate weather-wise for it to be throwing us off or maybe even affecting our atmosphere locally, but it's always interesting to kind of see some of this video as it comes through, and just how constant that it is, this lava being able to form. So I just thought that that was a pretty interesting video to share with a lot of you. Of course, every day here at 2 o'clock Monday through Friday, your First Alert weather team, we're going to be kind of talking about what's exciting to us in the weather world, but also covering your local forecast to keep you on top of what could be coming down the pipeline. If you have plans, I know here during the summer a lot of us are fairly busy, so make sure you stay with us as we go here through the summer season. We're going to make sure that you are first alerted to any of the systems that could disrupt vacation plans, party plans. So again, 2 o'clock, we're here on Facebook, YouTube, and we're also on Roku TV. We're at WNEM.com. We're in your TV5 News app. And I had mentioned we have our weather app. I'm going to bring that up because we also send notifications there so that you get that reminder to join us here at 2 o'clock. So scan that. It's also a great tool for severe weather, though I don't have any severe weather in your forecast. It's just great to check temperatures, as those are going to be warming up as well. So make sure you're staying connected with your First Alert weather team. Again, here's that app QR code. And we will turn you back to your afternoon plans, and we'll see you on air on TV5 at 4 o'clock.